one.
They're the pride and joy of Western Sydney. Whenever Sydney United and Marconi get together, it's entertainment guaranteed.
Outside, he tries to get the cross in. Milicic is there, puts it away.
The young pros always give their more experienced rivals a tough battle. Last round they walked away on top, full of pride and confidence.
But that's been amended.
But since that fateful day, Marconi have confirmed their championship qualities. A team of young guns. On their day, the Crows are capable of upsetting the toughest opposition. This season they're keen to defy the critics and the odds. With names like Robbie Stanton, Tony Krislovic and World Youth Cup star Ante Milicic, the trio are just part of the side's driving force. As for Marconi, well, you just can't keep a good team down. The Crows against the champions, and this was our match of the day.
Petkovic. This is the best passing sequence. Now Popovic inside to Krislovic. The move is a great one. Will it result in the goal? It just might. It will still. It falls for Gibson. 1-0 City United. 17 minutes in. They deserved it, really. That was a conclusive build-up. Spectacular work. It started from the back. But the build-up to that goal was so impressive indeed. And Theodoros gets a nice ball inside for Johnson. Looks like he'll become a house husband. His wife's a teacher. And at the moment, the teacher is Johnson. But the lesson there for the City United defence. Stanton. 3-on-1. 3-on-1. Gibson, he's got Krislovic inside. Lamond over there. Manus Lamond. He turns inside Corica. It should be the second, and it isn't. Christodoulou in. Krislovic. Lamond on his left. He lines up the shots. And straight into the body of Schwarzer. Christodoulou going for Popovic. And the goal! Tony Popovic, the captain, scores his first goal of the season. And this remarkable young man is leading by example. Now Corica, he's got to beat two of them, and he has. Corica deserves a goal. The bravery of Zelko Kalac made all the difference.
The Melbourne Knights found Parramatta in a stubborn mood. Gunning's save began the frustration. The league leaders worked hard, but when Viduka split the Eagles apart, Gunning made a great recovery. The Eagles are the most goal-shy team in the land, and this outing was no improvement. Miller's joust with Spiteri was one of the few attacks that left an impression. Parramatta continued to ride its luck after Viduka hit the post and the ball bobbled around. After the interval, Viduka resumed his raids on the Eagles' goal, but Gunning still had the answers. Then came a simple goal. Marth supplied the cross, and Viduka rose majestically for a precise header. There was more to come inside a minute. A long ball found Viduka lurking on the far post, and this time Gunning was helpless. The solid win keeps the Knights out of reach on top with a 4-point cushion and takes Viduka to the top of the scorers charts.
Indications were that this was to be a classic encounter. Second versus third. Sydney United's young troops facing the might of South Melbourne's wealth of experience. But nothing went right for the Blues, the signs of strain showing on the faces of players. South Melbourne at times had difficulty maintaining the awkwardness of Ante Milicic. But their frustration eventually boiled over in the second half. Nemanja Tarakovic unleashed his customary long-range cracker, but this time his efforts were in vain. South Melbourne's philosophy is built on traditional football values. Make a mistake and they will punish, as Sydney United found out. Paul Trimboli opened the scoring in the 67th minute, his first of the season. It was a defensive blunder that led to the Crows' equaliser. Substitute Mario Yerman made the most of his on-field appearance to give United some hope.
Brilliant goal! That's the equaliser for United. Mario Yerman.
Jason Polak steered the ball into the net, only to be told it wouldn't count.
But it'll be a free kick.
But the one that did matter was the goal scored by Angie Goutsoulis. Referee Peter Spears allowed 6 minutes of injury time. It was just enough for South Melbourne to walk away victorious. Match of the day.
Viduka, 9 goals in 9 games. Warren Spink scored on Friday night to join him at the top of the league scoring list. Here he is again, blocking that pass from Trajewski. As a result, in the ensuing passage, it's Murray. Murray lines it up, and it's certainly not a bad strike at all from Damien Murray. David Savinsky trying to get it to Markovsky, but who else but Damien Murray through the middle again. Murray. And in the end, he just couldn't really connect properly. Savinsky looked like a handball, advantage rule. Good idea by Bob Davies. Now Polyak pounces, and he couldn't get it past Zabika. That's the chance of the game. That was a delightful ball. And that's not a bad-looking corner. It still could be on, and it is. Carl Beard, the scorer. 1-0 Adelaide City. 25 minutes into the game. Got about 10 minutes of play in the second half. Martha, and what a shot and what a save. It went like a rocket. Borvac. On goes Viduka. Adrian Savinsky, the equaliser. 1-1. 12 minutes after the resumption, and the substitute does it for the visitors. Waiting in the wings as well. And now Viduka. And smart play by Robert Zabika. Melter at the near post. And went straight to Markovsky. And Viduka had come through the middle. Looking the ball. Up was Murray, and the goal! The hero, Stephen Maxwell, scores! Or has he? Murray, I would say, has climbed there on Diamichis. Lozanovsky. In it comes for Maxwell. Great work indeed by Stephen Maxwell. Fired up for a big performance here in front of a loyal crowd.
Last time they met, Ollie Pondylyak scored a double. The Knights have been on top ever since. On that day, Marconi were without many of their young stars. Some were nursing injuries. Others were on World Cup duty. Many said Steve Corica should have been given a chance to rattle Argentina. It's these skills that are keeping Marconi in the race for back-to-back championship titles. Can Corica provide the difference in the top-of-the-table clash? Marconi, Steve Corica, and this was our match of the day.
The business end of the season now, round 16 of the Coca-Cola Soccer League. And already a free kick for the Melbourne Knights. And Andrew Marth already testing Schwarzer, and luckily for Marconi, Schwarzer got down at the second attempt. And that's a lovely ball. Talle's onside. He's got Corica inside. Can Corica get his shot on? He can! A great build-up from the champions, Marconi Fairfield. Aiming for Viduka. Jean-Paul at the back. And a good header inside. Savinsky to lay off a Biskic. Will this be the first? It is for the Knights. Joseph Biskic, the veteran, scores. It's 1-0 in favour of the visitors. 9 minutes into this game. Adrian Savinsky, Corica took a bit of a swing there. I think it was spotted by the referee. Trajewski with a superb pass. Adrian Savinsky is looking for Viduka. He's deadly. And he scores. 2-0 the Knights. Bingley, I don't know whether he realised that Viduka was there. They're applauding this youngster. But even though the Knights have a 2-goal lead, I don't think they'll drop their intensity in the second half and be prepared to play back. But now, the chance and the goal! That's come from Gray. We are certainly set for a great second half now. Well, I just said it seconds ago, if Marconi could score, we'll be set for a dramatic conclusion. Miller ready, and so is Kuleski. Through was Gray, and the chance is still there. Cleared by Savinsky. Johnson! 2-2! Deadly finishing by the youngster, and again the comeback has continued. Great interception by Horvath, but still it comes in, and the goal is it. What a sensational save by David Miller. That is a save that you will never ever forget. The best save in the Coca-Cola Soccer League since the league's inception in '77. And now Harper, and again Miller, and it hits the crossbar. David Miller has produced 2 world-class saves. Harper, Johnson, the decoy really in the end.
There was an element of surprise when Popovic gave Sydney United the lead after 19 minutes with a deceptive long-range effort. Within a minute, the Sydney Siders had a second when Le Mans' pass found its way to Milicic. That was more or less the ball game over, even though Obradovic had Kalatz diving full stretch. The bottom place Burgers never troubled United, and for good measure, Le Mans made it 3-0. Aristodoulou was the victim of a dangerous knee-high tackle from Hodgson, who was lucky to escape with only a yellow card. Thankfully, Aristodoulou was able to play on and guide Sydney United to a comfortable victory.